There's something out there, moving through absolute darkness at 38,000 miles per hour. It's farther from home than anything we've ever made. 16 billion miles into the void. A place so empty, so utterly silent, that even light from our sun takes nearly a full day to reach it. It wasn't supposed to last this long. 5 years. That was the plan. But it's been out there for 48, and right now, as you watch this, it's dying. This is the story of Voyager 1, humanity's most distant ambassador, a machine that showed us worlds we'd only dreamed of, a machine that's now crossing into territory no human creation has ever touched, and when it finally goes silent, it will keep drifting. Forever. The world was a different place. Star Wars had just hit theaters, disco ruled the airwaves, and NASA was preparing to launch something extraordinary. They called it the Grand Tour, a once-in-176 years alignment of the outer planets. Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, all positioned like cosmic stepping stones, waiting. The planets had arranged themselves in a pattern that wouldn't repeat for nearly 2 centuries. If humanity wanted to visit them all in a single journey, it was now or never. Voyager 1 wasn't elegant. It looked like a satellite dish strapped to a nuclear battery with antennas sticking out at odd angles. Crude, utilitarian, built with technology less powerful than the phone in your pocket. Its computer had 69 kilobytes of memory. Its cameras were primitive by today's standards, but it had one advantage: timing. On September 5, 1977, it lifted off from Cape Canaveral on a Titan IIIe rocket. The roar shook the Florida coast. Within minutes, it was beyond the atmosphere. Within hours, beyond the moon's orbit, and it never looked back. The mission was simple: fly by Jupiter and Saturn, take pictures, gather data, and then drift off into the black. 5 years, maybe 7 if they were lucky. Nobody imagined what would actually happen. March 5, 1979. Voyager 1 reaches Jupiter. What it found changed everything. The Great Red Spot, a storm larger than Earth itself, raging for centuries. Lightning bolts 10,000 times more powerful than anything on our planet. Winds screaming at 400 miles per hour. And moons, not barren rocks, but worlds. Io, a volcanic hellscape, its surface constantly erupting in plumes of sulfur and fire. Active volcanoes on another world. We'd never seen anything like it. Scientists watched in real time as the surface changed, as mountains of sulfur built and collapsed, as the moon turned itself inside out. Europa, covered in ice, hiding what scientists now believe could be a vast ocean beneath. An ocean that might harbor life. Cracks and ridges crisscross its surface like veins, suggesting movement, suggesting warmth, suggesting possibility. Then came Saturn. November 12, 1980. The rings revealed themselves in stunning detail. Not solid bands, but thousands of individual ringlets, shepherded by tiny moons, governed by gravitational dances we're still trying to understand. Some rings braided together. Others had gaps carved by invisible forces. Each one told a story written in ice and rock. Titan appeared through the haze, a moon with an atmosphere thicker than Earth's, with lakes of liquid methane and ethane dotting its surface. Another world where rain falls from alien skies, where seasons change and weather happens. A place that feels almost familiar. Each discovery rewrote textbooks. Each image was a revelation, but Voyager's greatest photograph was yet to come. February 14, 1990, Valentine's Day. Voyager 1 was now 4 billion miles from home, beyond Neptune, heading toward the edge of the solar system. Its primary mission had been over for a decade, but Carl Sagan had an idea. Turn around. One last time. Point the cameras back toward the sun. Take a family portrait of the solar system. NASA was hesitant. The cameras could be damaged by the sun's glare. Voyager's trajectory wouldn't benefit. It seemed pointless, but they did it anyway. And there, in a single beam of scattered sunlight, was Earth. A pale blue dot, barely visible, less than a pixel. Sagan would later write about that image, how it shows every human who ever lived, every war, every triumph, every love story, confined to that tiny speck of dust suspended in a sunbeam. Everyone you've ever known, every place you've ever been, every dream you've ever had, all of it on that dot. It's the most humbling photograph ever taken. After that, the cameras were shut off forever. There was nothing left to see. Nothing but endless black. But Voyager kept going. August 25th, 2012. 35 years after launch, Voyager's instruments detected something strange. The plasma around it had changed. The solar wind had stopped pushing. The radiation from distant stars had increased. It took NASA a year to confirm it. Voyager 1 had crossed the heliopause, the boundary, where our sun's influence ends and interstellar space begins. It was the first human-made object to leave the solar system. Think about that. In all of human history, every civilization, every empire, every dreamer who looked up at the stars, we had never touched the space between them, until now. Out there, the temperature hovers just above absolute zero. There's no air, no light, no sound, just the faint whisper of cosmic rays and the radiation left over from the Big Bang itself. Voyager drifts through it alone. Its nuclear power source, 3 radioisotope thermoelectric generators, are slowly decaying. They're now producing just 220 watts, enough to power a few light bulbs. Every year, the output drops by about 4 watts. NASA has been making choices, shutting down heaters, turning off instruments, rationing every watt to keep the transmitter alive. Because as long as it can still speak, Voyager isn't truly alone. Sometime in the early 2030s, the power will finally run out. The instruments will freeze. The transmitter will stop. The signal, traveling at the speed of light, taking over 22 hours to reach Earth, will simply end. Mission control will wait. They'll listen, but there will be nothing. Just silence. Voyager 1 will still be out there, coasting on momentum through the galaxy, but it will be blind, mute, cold. A ghost ship in the cosmic ocean. Engineers who worked on Voyager are retiring now. Some have passed away. The next generation doesn't remember its launch. To them, it's always been out there, this distant machine still clinging to life. But they know the end is coming. Every month, they calculate how much longer. Every year, they shut down another system. It's not maintenance anymore. It's hospice. But here's the thing. Voyager was never just a machine. Attached to its side is a golden record. 12 inches of copper, plated in gold, containing sounds and images of Earth. Whale songs, thunder, human laughter, a baby crying, music from every corner of the world. Bach, Chuck Berry, traditional songs from cultures across the globe. Greetings in 55 languages. Photographs of life, of humanity, of home. Instructions are etched on the cover. How to play it, where we are, when it was sent. It's a message in a bottle, cast into the largest ocean imaginable. The chances of it ever being found? Almost zero. Space is unimaginably vast. Voyager could drift for billions of years and never pass within a light year of another star. In 40,000 years, it will drift within 1.6 light years of a star called AC, plus 79,3888. That's the closest it will come to anything. But it doesn't matter, because long after Earth is gone, after the sun swells into a red giant and consumes our world, after every trace of human civilization has turned to dust, Voyager will still be out there, still carrying our message, still proving we existed. The loneliest machine, in the loneliest place, carrying the hopes of an entire species into forever. And maybe that's enough.